In other news, the Virgin Islands Republican delegation is in Minnesota as they show their support for their party and presidential hopeful John McCain. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Well, now all eyes are on St. Paul, Minneapolis, and the Republican National Convention. Yes, Barack Obama had his chance last week, and now it's up to John McCain and also his new vice president-elect, the governor of Alaska, Ms. Palin. Well, now let's take it to Minnesota as I talk to Herb Scheinbaum, the state committee man for our territory. Let's go to Herb right now in Minneapolis. What's going on, Herb?
Well, actually, you were right first. The convention's in St. Paul, but we're staying in Minneapolis.
Oh.
At the University of Radisson with the Virginia delegation. And we've had just an absolutely awesome experience so far. It started out with a platform, and then it went on to the arrival of the delegates. And they include Tracy Bardazella, Pat Murphy, John Clendenin, April Newland, and Humberto de O'Neill, and Liliana Belardo is the National Committee woman, and Senator Ann Golden is actually riding with me. We're taking a tour of the Lake District before we get down to the business this afternoon. We've been having receptions and parties. Last night all of us were down at the Arab American event that was in the Minneapolis Convention Center.
Yes.
In a different city. And we ate couscous and falafel and just belly dancers. You know, and what we had actually on the floor last night, it was very exciting, very inspirational. And tonight is going to be the roll call vote. The roll call is going to be delivered for the Virgin Islands by Humberto de O'Neill. And also you'll have the Vice President elect or select, Sarah, Governor Palin of Alaska. She has really brought so much energy to this campaign. It wasn't doing bad until, right after the Democrat convention, the announcement of Sarah Palin has just taken all the oxygen out of the Obama campaign, is in our view, and has put us on an even keel and a chance to talk about issues and qualifications and experience and where this country is going to go. It's one thing, Wes, to talk about change, but when you talk about change, you have to describe what that change means.
Well, there's that story, the latest from our VI delegation at the Republican National Convention in Minneapolis. We look forward to hearing from Herb Scheinbaum again tomorrow as another report comes out of Minneapolis. Don't forget to stay tuned to World News Tonight and also ABC News, as we'll be going back to the National Convention later on this evening. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
The tropics are heating up. That hot story is next on News Channel 8. We have storms to the west of us and storms to the east. News Channel 8's Wes Small is with the Red Cross Executive Director, Miss Jan Quass.
Being prepared. That is the motto of the American Red Cross, and we always prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I'm here now with the Executive Director of the Red Cross, Ms. Jan Quass, and well, we have a lot of tropical activity, and we're going to get right to it to find out how we're doing here with our preparedness. And you also have a little additional news that you want to share with us about volunteers that we sent for Gustav.
We did. Well, we can start with that since you just mentioned that. Just yesterday, we deployed 4 people from St. Croix to respond to Gustav. They're going to be working in sheltering and in staffing. And these are people that they have some expertise, as well as they're going to gain a lot of experience being off island, that they're going to bring all that back for us. But we also have backups for them. So it's not like we're taking people that we need off island, with all these storms coming up. We have people to take their place, but they're going to come back. They're watching the skies too. And if it's, if we have a hurricane heading for our territory, they immediately just get on a plane and fly back. Okay. But they serve as volunteers, and the American Red Cross, as a national organization, pays for them to be there. As part of the national response, and there's over 3,000 people deployed right now.
All right. Now let's get closer to home. We do have tropical activity coming our way with Ike, even though I did kind of call him Ivan yesterday, kind of lose track, and Josephine. With their longitude and latitude, you just got a computerized printout. And I know you're not a staff meteorologist, even though we all are weathermen or weather women at this time. What's your gut feeling on this, and are we ready just in case we get visits from these storms?
Well, I listen to my volunteers that have all this expertise from here, and people are watching. I mean, all our volunteers are on watch. They're not on alert. You know, I don't want to say that we're on alert, but they're watching. And we're having a meeting tomorrow night in St. Thomas with our leads, and to gear up. Our disaster action team in St. Thomas, we're expecting, if nothing else, a lot of rain.
Yes, ma'am.
And with rain in St. Thomas comes flooding.
Right.
Or potential flooding. So we're gearing up for that more than anything else. But we're also watching the skies, and all of our functions we're ramping up. We're going to be recruiting volunteers based on function. I'm going to be doing some targeted recruitment. So I'll be alerting you and the newspapers on what we're looking for.
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll be doing orientations and some training to get people ready so they can help their neighbors.
All right. So with that, then, we definitely urge you to get those hurricane tracking maps from the News Channel 8 various businesses. Also, make sure that all your debris is out of the yard. You know the routine. Plenty of water on hand. The prescriptions doubled up. Take care of your elderly friends and neighbors who cannot help themselves. That means the handicapped and so forth. Next thing, I was in contact with the Seaborne Aviation just a few minutes ago. They do move their planes 48 hours to the ABC, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, and at this time, good news, there is no preparation to move their planes out as of yet. But that could change in any hour. So with that, we will watch the skies, and I really thank you. A very busy Jan Quas, the Executive Director of the American Red Cross. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Here in Castle Coakley at the Red Cross Center, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.